Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Adobe. It is time for another update, and today we'll be taking a look at the bull and the bear case for this stock alone, as well as in relation to the larger software sector. So for this stock we are looking at a correction that has actually taken significantly longer. I have been tracking this idea of an A, B, C pattern where within the wave C we could actually still witness severe extensions to even lower prices. Within this wave C, I am choosing to consider that this move down is actually a wave 5, whereas technically it is completely possible for this to have been instead a very large and extended wave 3 that would end up extending into an even larger wave 3. At which point, we would actually not even have a bottom in yet. No, we could be yet looking for another 4-5 pattern to finally complete this as an entire wave C. I'm not saying it has to follow this expectation, but I do highlight the risk here. Not only that, the proportions of this as a wave 2 and this as a wave 4 are actually a horrific match, which adds even more credibility to this scenario of an extension to even lower prices. I'm not saying we cannot see a bottom. In fact, some of the software stocks are quite capable of forming a quite substantial bottom in the very near term, including Adobe, as within this yellow wave 5, I am actually looking at the potentially complete impulse where it doesn't need any further lows to be acceptable as a complete wave 5, which would also make this yellow wave C potentially complete, which would also make this white wave 4 potentially complete. In that case, the white wave 4 would have also reached the 38.2% retracement of the wave 3, which is the ideal target. We would be looking for extensions to new all-time highs and everyone would be happy. But I would actually like to see a bit more evidence in the case of this stock for this to be a more realistic outcome. So I go into the smaller time frame where I am actually still able to look for one additional low within this internal wave 5 down, where I could consider this to have been the wave 1, the wave 2 up. Pretty much in any interpretation this would be the case. But this entire move down could very well be considered to have been only the wave 3. And for this interpretation to be broken, I need to see a sustained break above the 50% retracement here, up to $225. Without that, there is actually still a fairly good chance that we would see one additional low in the case of Adobe, which I would actually prefer among other software stocks as well. Now, if we manage to get the sustained break, it would be a very strong signal that a more substantial bottom would be in at the very least locally, and it would allow me to already start zooming out and look for the next levels of resistance. What are those? The next scenario I would be tracking would already be that one of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the extended wave 3 to the downside. In this case, I'd be watching up to the 50% retracement of this entire massive move down, which goes all the way up to $284. If I get a sustained break even above that, well, that would already be a very strong bullish signal. There are a couple of interpretations in between that would actually contain resistance even in this gap between the orange and the white area of resistance. So I wouldn't give it too much thought if we actually form a top within that region. It might even end up working out still as part of this internal white wave 4. Right? It is actually possible to fit even additional lows within this structure alone. Now, in the move up, I already see a potentially interesting structure, but unfortunately, so far, I can only track a leading diagonal even in the bullish interpretation. But if it manages to follow through within this expectation and build something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, we could start looking for a more substantial bottom to potentially be in, and we would only have to watch out for a wave 2 area of support for direct continuation to even higher prices. Right now, I have to watch levels of support down to a wave 4, where I'd be looking for extensions down to only the 61.8% retracement at $203. I do not want to see a sustained break below that within this wave 4, and I like one additional high in a 3-wave pattern within a wave 5. It could be technically possible to track a series of 1-2 setups within this structure, maybe, but that would be a bit of a forced count in my opinion. And I'm not particularly interested in this stock at this point in time. If it manages to build this internal yellow structure, definitely I will be watching out for a 1-2 setup, and that will be an opportunity to be had in my opinion. But for now, this is about it. If you want even more from me, you can check out the Patreon, but these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and if you enjoyed the content and want to support it directly, check out the channel membership, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.